Oh, Rey. Hey everyone, this is Digital Charcuterie. My name is James. Thanks for stopping by. If you're new to the channel, if you are looking forward to the new Rey movie or any Star Wars movie, hit that subscribe button, talk about it here ad nauseum, hopefully. And I also have the Rebel Scum podcast. I check that out. We're having a video later today as well, live stream there, a live podcast to discuss things. In this video, I want to talk about this Rey movie, this godforsaken Rey movie that was announced about 47 years ago and has been hit with delays and been hit with this and hit with that. And Daisy Ridley has to come out and do interviews to discuss it and try to save face on some level. And you just say, why do you need, why Disney, Lucasfilm, do you feel the need to announce this Rey movie when you have nothing for it? You have Daisy Ridley, which is great that she's coming back. Like the sequels or not, it's great when an actor from the movie wants to reprise their role. Reprise when they want to do the role again. Let's just say that. And she wants to, and she's enthusiastic about it. And that's good news. If you're a Star Wars fan, that is good news. That's what you want. That's what you want to see. That is what we're here for. We want like a cohesive story, beginning to end, and we want to see all these characters that we love, and maybe not so much love, come back and do their thing and conclude their stories, flesh out their stories. Again, I've said this in videos in the past, and I usually get chastised for it, but I believe where Rey ends up, you might not be satisfied with that, but it also makes me say, hey, you know what? There's a lot more to explore with this character, and this character can grow, and they can do a lot with her. And so for some reason they keep stumping, but now from Scooper Daniel RPK, who has had a lot of is very credible, a lot of successful scoops, big scooper in the biz, knows a lot of what's going on, has a lot of really good insiders from what from if you see, saying now that the Rey movie will go into production sometime in 2026. Now, I don't think he's just blowing smoke up anyone's butts or anything like that, but sometime in 2026 is so ridiculously vague. And this isn't a knock on him. Like I said, he's a great, one of the top scoopers, and this is information. But it's still they still haven't figured it out. We know Starfighter's shooting September until December. Mandalorian and Grogu is pretty much done. They're finishing that up. That's coming out in May. And Taika Waititi movie they're moving ahead with that. The things are progressing there on some level. We're not hearing much about it, which I really, really like. Now there's this Rey movie, and I just, I don't even know if I want to believe in this movie anymore at this point, because we keep getting it's happening. It's on hold. They don't know what they're doing with it. It's a trilogy. It's not a trilogy. Simon Kinberg's doing it. Simon Kinberg's going to have Rey. Now, there was at one point months ago, there was that power struggle with who was going to use Rey. What was Rey going to be used in? I don't know why everybody just can't use Rey. Why can't she be in all these things? She doesn't have to be the main character in anything, but why can't she be? And now with this, and I felt compelled to come on here and discuss this and have verbal diarrhea over it, because I'm just so tired of this movie, and it hasn't come out yet. And I'm going to see it in the theater because I'm a Star Wars fanboy, obviously, and I'm dying to see Star Wars in the theater once again. But at the same time, it's like if it's happening, it's not happening, it's happening, it's not happening. At some point, I might just be like Snakes on a Plane. Remember Snakes on a Plane? You probably don't. You're probably too young. But Snakes on a Plane was a movie that came out. I guess it's an old movie now, but everybody knows Snakes on a Plane. Anyway, everyone knows it. But it was like an internet sensation for about a month because of the title, and everybody was obsessed with it. And then it came out 8 or 9 or whatever, a year later, whatever it was. And the fascination with it, it had died off. Nobody cared anymore. So nobody went to go see this movie. Now, they might not have anyway, but the point is, the hype for it was gone by the time it was released. And the Rey movie, I feel like the hype was gone the minute they left the auditorium at Star Wars Celebration. I don't know what it was. It might have been the first one in Denver, the way it feels. It's been so long that I don't even know what the excitement is for this anymore, except for me, it's to progress the Star Wars story forward. I think you could do that with Rey. I think you could do that with Rey as a side character. You could probably do that with her as a main character if you wanted. I think there are avenues to explore in which, she would be a great gateway for us to get there. she could, she knows the Force. She has the text, the sacred text, and all that. Like, there's things that Rey has in her arsenal that could be utilized to really enhance a Star Wars story going forward. I'm not sure if we're going to get that. I don't know if we're going to get that. I don't know if anybody's interested in that. It just feels like nowadays it's, everything is just surface level fluff is what we seem to be getting. But there's a lot there to explore, and a lot, like I said, there's so much about their character that I don't think she was written very well for a lot of the sequels. But I feel like what we got, you're like, okay, well, flesh that out, flesh that out, flesh that out. I think there are avenues to explore with her, bring in something else. What's the new threat? I think that's, and look, I'm not even going to lie. I think if you can pinpoint a new threat, if you can find the new baddie, whatever it is, doesn't have to be Sith, doesn't have to be second order, third, whatever the hell you want to call it, doesn't need any of the stuff that we've known. It can be something new. But if you can find a fascinating antagonist for Rey, I think most people would really be intrigued by it, because that's what you go for, right? It's like, well, what's the threat? What are we watching? What is the point of what we're watching? And if that is captivating, we'll say, we'll watch a Rey movie. We're fine with a Rey movie. Even if you don't like Rey, you might be like, well, that villain just seems really cool. I've got to see what's going on there. And that's where it all starts. I mean, and don't use Darth Maul and all that stuff, but you find a character like that, you find characters like that look cool, that, like, when George Lucas was creating Darth Maul, I think he said just pure evil or the devil or something very scary, and they drafted that up. And you need something like that, something that the minute you see it, you're like, that is what I want to watch in the theater. And then, of course, Darth Maul's in it for 14 seconds, and we all love Darth Maul. And now he's getting an animated series. He shows up in Solo, and they just keep utilizing him. I think Rey could be very... I think you need something like that. You get something like that, people are going to flock to this Rey movie. You make a very interesting character, a unique character, and a very menacing villain. And I think people are going to go and be like, you know what? I will go see this Rey movie. I feel like, even though I didn't like her Rey Skywalker or whatever, I have faith that this movie might be good. Now, not everybody might feel that way. I think after The Last Jedi, Star Wars definitely lost a lot of fans. I felt doing Rebel Scum podcast at the time. I really, really felt that riff. Like, you really felt it. Podcasting weekly, like, you see the comment, you see what's going on, and you see people that, because I know a lot of people say, well, these are just haters online. Yeah, but I've met probably thousands of people doing Rebel Scum podcast for 9 years now. So many people. And you see genuine fans who are just like, I don't know anymore. And then they watch the next one. They're like, yeah, okay, maybe I liked it, maybe I didn't. And you felt it. You could see it. You could feel it. The mood in Star Wars just changed. Like, they had so much goodwill from Force Awakens and Rogue One, and then Last Jedi just kind of threw that all out the window for a lot of fans. And they still are working their way towards it. I think Mandalorian season 1 was the first time where Star Wars fandom was kind of united on something. Season 2, obviously, I think people were very united on that as well. And things kind of fell off the rails since then for Star Wars. And then, you have Andor, which was just a brilliant show, remarkable show, just one of the best shows on TV. And that's over now, so you don't even have that. But again, the Rey movie, you find something compelling enough for Rey to be involved in. And you know what you find? You find writing like Gilroy did on Andor, or was it Gilroy and his brother and the other writers and directors of that, whoever wrote this stuff, they're all you find writing of that caliber, and it's just the fans are being reeled in. Really, you find good writing, quality characters, and you make a movie that lives in the world of Star Wars and doesn't break the Star Wars worlds, the Star Wars rules. The Star Wars world rules. Does that make sense? The rules of the universe that we everyone knows the rules. And when you go in there and you break them and you kind of play with them and you're kind of willy-nilly about them, that's when fandom gets kind of upset about it. And again, I think the Rey movie, you find a good enough villain and it'll happen. But my faith in this going into production in 2026, if I had to give it a number out of 10, 0 being the lowest and 10 happening, it would probably be in the minus at this point. I don't have any faith that this movie will see the light of day at this point. And if it does, great. I mean, I want more Star Wars movies in the theater. Hopefully they're good. That's all you can do as a viewer, is just hope that what you get is good. And if it happens, it happens. But I hope I don't talk about this movie again until it's like in production or I'm sitting watching a trailer, which still doesn't mean anything. But that's what that's my hope, is that we don't have to discuss this again. But 2026 Rey movie happening. Let me know in the comments down below. Is the Rey movie happening? And we'll go into production sometime in 2026, as Daniel RPK is suggesting. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. Really appreciate it. Give us a like and a subscribe. And until next time, may the force of others be with you.